Welcome to Geojit Spotlight. It is officially one of the most highly anticipated events in the Indian financial landscape. The National Stock Exchange is finally headed for its IPO. As the backbone of the India's capital markets, this listing is said to be a massive milestone, but it also comes with unique structures, regulatory shifts, and valuation debates that every investor needs to understand. To break down what this mega IPO means for the markets and how you should approach it, we are joined today by Mr. Antu Eapen Thomas, research analyst at Geojit. Antu, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Bindya.
To kick things off, Antu, let's look at the structure. What is your overall take on the NSE IPO, especially considering it is structured entirely as a 100% offer for sale?
Despite 100% offers, NSE's IPO is expected to attract strong investors' interest. Supported by its dominant market position, robust profitability, and direct exposure to the long-term growth of India's capital markets. Overall, the IPO appears more compelling as a long-term investment opportunity, benefiting from India's ongoing financialization.
This is being hailed as a landmark event for Dalal Street. In your view, what exactly makes this IPO one of the most significant capital market events we have seen in recent years?
NSE IPO is a landmark event for India's capital markets, given the exchange scale, market leadership, and systematic importance. It also marks the culmination of a long-awaited listing process following years of regulatory overhang. The IPO represents the public listing of a core financial market infrastructure institution that dominates trading activities across key segments. For investors, the IPO offers a rare opportunity to gain exposure to the backbone of India's capital markets at a time when financialization, retail participation, and overall market depth continue to expand structurally.
Now, speaking directly to our viewers, how should retail investors approach this? Is it a clear subscribe during the IPO window, or is it wiser to wait for the listing day before making a move?
The exchange's dominant market position, strong profitability, and exposure to India's expanding capital markets make it a compelling structure growth story. However, recent earnings have been affected by regulatory changes, higher strategic spending, which may limit near-term performance. Overall, the IPO is better suited for investors seeking long-term participation in India's financialization trend rather than a short-term trading opportunity.
Valuation is going to be a massive talking point. How do you view NSE's potential valuation, especially when compared to BSE's current market positioning and its recent growth trajectory?
The current relative positioning of NSE compared to BSE appears distorted, influenced by BSE's stronger recent growth trajectory, which may create a short-term divergence in stock performance. However, this is expected to normalize over time, supported by NSE's market leadership, strong profitability profile, and sustainable long-term growth potential.
Finally, Antu, no investments comes without caveats. What are the major risk factors or regulatory headwinds that investors must keep a close eye on before jumping in?
Key risks are largely regulatory and market structure driven, reflecting efforts to increase competition and reduce concentration in the exchange ecosystem. The recent regulatory intervention in derivatives trading has already impacted volumes given NSE's higher contribution from this segment. Technology-related risks, including system disruption or cyber threats, are also critical given its relevance in market infrastructure. On the valuation front, the risk remains balanced, and the near-term divergence is expected to normalize over time.
That gives us a very clear roadmap on how to view this historic listing. Thank you, Antu, for breaking down the structural growth story, the near-term regulatory challenges, and the long-term potential of the NSE IPO. What are your thoughts on the NSE IPO? Are you planning to subscribe or will you wait for the listing? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow investors, and subscribe to Geojit Spotlight for more deep dives into the events shaping your wealth. Thank you for watching and happy investing.